have too much time on your hands. So if you're, I do think that you shouldn't. Is what they say, right? When you chase, they go away.
Is
When you
punching
don't,
bagging?
yeah, well, yeah, it is.
Sorry, I'm interrupting you, but you're trying to gaslight me. I'm reading. I was talking. You started talking. I was like, let me read this real quick. Talking about relationships. I've been cheating on my wife for the last 3 years. So I came across this story on the internet, and I want you and people who are watching, I want your input on this. I think it's a very interesting story. So this is what the story says. I have been cheating on my wife. He's 34, she's 35. For the last 3 years, I'm not going to tell you people to cheat, but just share my experience. Intimacy was good at the beginning of the marriage and decreased more every year. After the birth of our daughter, it became non existent. Zero, nada. I do not remember how many discussions I had about this with her, but she dismissed my pleadings. Before I started cheating, we were having PDSEX every 3 months, maybe. Jesus, quarterly quota. I started cheating during. Can you guys see it? Let me zoom in a little.
I'm just, I can see. Just, I think you should just read it
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah. I started cheating during business trips, then it escalated to casual hookups. That's the only reason I can continue. That's the only reason I can continue with the marriage. I used to be irritated all the time, and it affected the family. Now, right now, right here, I'm a better dad. No unnecessary arguments. I feel free. I stopped asking for intimacy. And voila, she was happy first. What I see that she's very nervous around me. She even started initiating it. Oh, I would have probably left if we didn't have a child, but it came to this point, unfortunately. It's a heavy topic.
it's a very heavy topic.
What you see in the comments is very interesting. People are split, as they usually are. It's his fault, it's her fault,
It's a binary. It's binary. Yeah.
as usual. As usual. No one thinks on their feet, right?
Yeah. Well, what do I think about this? I've heard this uh, stories like this in the past,
Mhm.
but I've heard more stories where it was destructive. Because the point is, when you everything's all fine and dandy until it's not, and when it's not, it's gonna be very catastrophic, right? So usually, what you see is that the side person will want more. I don't think so. Yeah, so the side chick would want more. I
Mhm.
don't think a side dude will. A side dude will be perfectly fine
They are
with
perfectly fine with the situation.
sending you back home. Yeah,
I'm not paying for you, baby. I'm just giving you the corn.
yeah. But the problem with that is that yes, it's great for a time being, but when the wife finds out, either because you're changing your patterns or because the side chick will just go and tell, hey, by the way, I've converted and to Christianity, and I need to come clean.
Why do they always do that?
Your husband is a piece of ish, and when they divorce, she'll come right in and try to marry that piece of ish. So it's,
Oh
yeah, I
my
think
God.
it's very complicated, to be honest. It's all fine and dandy until it's not anymore. And when
Yep.
it's not, then you have, the relationship, the pain, the betrayal, you have kids involved. So it becomes a lot more, more complicated. Uh, I don't know if that's what your thoughts are. I'm curious to know what the people are saying as well, to be honest.
Let's look at what the people are saying. So we have first D D Lee Shay Slay. Sounds like 10 Aquarius, but okay. The issue is that a lot of men only think with their ding dong, with their pee. Is she going to PPD? Are you turning her on? Are you doing anything to keep the fire besides just wanting your PP wet? Women outnumber men at such high rate that our desires don't matter because there's always a willing participant of woman to fulfill any other woman's man's desires. A man that can't control his flesh is a dangerous man. As soon as one of his hookups fall in love and start acting crazy, I hope his wife leaves him. I hope she finds a man that genuinely loves her and tries to understand her. I'm sure he's lacking somewhere as well. Oof. But he's going to run into the right one.
He's going to run. Also, the last one is saying that it's the wife's fault, basically.
Well, he seems to point his way first.
Yeah.
And then when they break up, he'll find someone. They both will find someone that fits their needs.
Yo, the person who are for him might be side chicks in their own relationship. So
Hey. But the
I
thing
think,
is, right? I
yeah,
think so. So if you read the story, it was all fine and dandy up until they got the kid. So at that point, I see something changed. And if you think about it, there was no problem before the kid. There was a problem after. So something changed within her. Then again, you can always talk to each other. He tried to plead. What the heck is this? He tried to plead with her to find a solution. So they talked about it, and nothing changed. It only changed when he seems to be happy. He was not pleading anymore. Maybe it tells you a story that you can learn a thing or two about this.
yeah,
Maybe you shouldn't beg. You should just ignore
yeah. I don't
and
think,
go by your day
yeah.
and don't. Begging is. Don't want to say this.
But I don't think he was saying that he was. I don't think. First of all, I don't think he was saying that he was begging. But I think it's very difficult to ha- have too much time on your hands. So if you're, I do think that you shouldn't. That's what they say, right? When you chase, they go away.
Is
When you
pleading
don't,
begging?
yeah, well, yeah, it is.
Sorry, I'm interrupting you, but you're trying to gaslight me. I'm reading. I was talking. You started talking. I was like, let me read this real quick. I think I read pleading.
Yeah, he was feeling, yeah, yeah, that's
He
begging.
was on his knees.
No, but no, but but what was he
Can
pleading?
you slice?
Come on, man. What is
Can you slice? Please.
what what was he pleading? What was he pleading for?
Let me open it up. Let me open it up.
I can read it. So if you do, I don't.
So he says, after the birth of our daughter, it became non existent. I do not remember how many discussions I had about it with her, but she dismissed my pleadings. Before I started cheating, we were having PDSEX every 3 months, maybe. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. What are we doing?
Yeah,
People,
I
people,
think it's,
people
yeah,
delete their own. You have to don't only think for yourself, right?
yeah. So I think it's more when there are kids involved. it becomes more challenging.
Mm-hmm.
And if both of you are working and you don't have someone to help you at home, it's going to be very difficult to do anything. It's going to be very difficult to um, be in the mood. Well, not for the man, but for the woman. So you mentioned something changing the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely changing the woman, but probably changing the man. Well, for men it's different because we can separate the things. We can be tired and still, but women need to be emotionally,
Engaged.
yeah.